nominations. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Make sure, before we even get into this, man, subscribe, like this video. Literally hit the like button right now while we're waiting. Every single time I look at this, first of all, I give you guys the best information, and then I go look at the likes versus the views, and we got way more views than likes. So at least like the video, and then continue to watch, because we got some stuff to talk about today, and I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. So we'll get started here soon. Just gotta let the live stream cook up a little bit, and you guys know how these lives go, man. We got some fear coming into the markets. You gotta love it. You have to love it. You have to love what's transpiring right now. Everything's checking out. We're gonna go through the motions. We're gonna see what's good with the market, right? We're gonna see what's good with the market. All right. Yo, remember you said AMD to $11 still on my contracts since last year. Yo, this dude is funny, bro. This dude is funny. Make sure you guys like this video. Why are you still holding that contract, man? Huh? AMD to $11. I was on something. I'm not gonna lie. But guess what? I switched it. I was like, all right. And then I was bullish. We started going crazy. Thank you for liking the video. Let's continue to like this video. The main thing I want to talk about today is the Qs. The Qs, the dollar. We really had a lot to talk about. I want to look at individual stocks as well, because a lot of these stocks are sitting in amazing buying areas if you're not fearful, right? So for the Qs, a lot of people want to focus on, okay, we had a huge red week last week, and a lot of people turned bearish, which you have to love if you're bullish. But literally, we haven't even reached a new low on the Qs. Like, we've been lower than this. You guys know that, right? Some people just seem to forget. We were at 352. We were right here at 351 actually. And then we zoomed up $30. So to look at this is, you got to be careful and pay attention to people's biases and the fear that's being pushed into the market, especially when we haven't even made a new low on the Qs. Okay, so the main thing I want to look at today is to make sure that we're trading above inside of this consolidation and above 340. Once we start inching below 340, which is the buy area of the weekly swing low to swing high on the fibs, that's when things should start getting interesting, okay? But until we start trading below 350, really I would say like 320. Because what you guys got to realize, we pushed all the way up from 264 all the way to 388, and we have all these people getting massively bearish when we made a $30 correction after we zoomed up over $120. Really, we should have more of a correction, right? We should have more of a correction. That's why this $340 level, if we get there, man, that's a massive buying opportunity, and I'm very excited if we do get there. Now, I don't know if we're gonna get there, because if you look at the dollar, and I've been tracking the dollar this entire bear little rejection that we've been having, I've been looking at the dollar. What has the dollar been doing? Has the dollar been breaking out and going crazy as well? Or is it just the Qs getting bigger money and pessimist and trapping them? Which one is it? The dollar's telling me a different story. So if you look at the dollar, we talked about this, it was sitting in the rejection zone. It literally is rejecting there as we speak. So until it can get above the rejection zone, until it can break above the left shoulder and not make this head and shoulders that we're looking at right now, I'm not too convinced. I'm not too convinced of the downfall we've been having. All right, the dollar would literally need to have to do something like this for me to be a believer. It would literally have to get above the right shoulder, retest it, and then start zooming up past the tippity top at this $107.30 level. That's really what I'm focusing on, to see if this is if we're truly not in a bull market, if we're truly going to actually continue to fall. Now, me personally, I don't think we're going to continue to fall. I think we're going to continue to zoom upwards, and we're just getting a brief correction. But those two things are the main things I'm paying attention to in terms of, okay, what are we doing in the macro? What's the bigger picture? And you guys know me, I like looking at the bigger picture before we look at anything. I want to see, okay, what's the market looking like on bigger time frames? What's the sentiment looking like? If I get leaps, is it more likely calls, or should I get leap puts? And right now it still looks like leap calls is the move, okay? Just a brief correction, no big deal. I wouldn't be surprised if we retested the 21 EMA, and that's around 334, 336, that 340 level we were talking about, right? So, anyways, that's what I think about the Qs and the dollar. The next thing I want to move into is the fear and greed index, and you guys know we're fearful, and you gotta love stuff like this. Somebody said Visa. We'll look at Visa. Don't worry, we're just cooking up in the live stream, and we'll eventually get to all individual stocks. I just want to make sure we have a brief overview of what could possibly go down in the market. So we're in fear. The other thing I like to look at is the stock price breadth, and we're lower. Oh man, we're lower. We're lower than we were in March. And when we have all those corrections, we're lower. We're sitting literally way down here at negative 0.7. And if you look at the stock price breadth on the Macallan volume summation, it's sitting at 125, 139. This is also in March as well. If you guys remember, we bottomed out in March and we started zooming up to where we are currently. We're sitting there right now and it's currently swerving upwards, man. You gotta love the whole entirety of what the market makers are planning. They're planning something right now. They're plotting. They're playing chess, getting people bearish, getting people massively bearish. I went on Twitter. I saw someone comparing charts to 2008. I saw someone pull up a chart from 1983, talking about this is the same exact chart that we've been looking at. This is the same exact thing. And if you guys remember that same scenario where people were pulling up charts when we actually had a tech bubble or 2008 financial crash. That was in December of last year. Like, those charts were just running rampant across everywhere, to where people would come on here and ask me, what do you think of this 2008 chart? I think it's bogus. I think it's bogus. All right, so we're sitting at these negative levels. I mean, to me, everything is just lining up to trap more people. And could we go lower? Sure, we could go lower. Should you be looking at good setups and leaps for the long-term opportunity at these levels? Absolutely. So, to conclude, let's move on. Look at some individual stocks. What stocks do you guys want to look at? What setups are you currently drooling over heading into next week? Okay, we're gonna build a watch list. We looked at the brief overview. I still think we're very, very bullish, and we're just getting a little correction. I mean, so what? We haven't even made a new low, really. Okay, we haven't even made a new low on the Qs. All right, so let's move on. What stocks are we looking at? You guys know. First of all, you guys know we have a big earnings week heading into next week, okay? So let's look at the earnings before we move on, because I don't want to come in here and you guys are asking me about some earnings charts. If you're a long trend, aren't you long skew PLTR? I don't like looking at SPY because I think you should be looking at I like looking at the Qs more often than the SPY, because the Qs is really like, we're in a tech world. We're in a tech world. We're in a digital world. We're in that era. We're not like, SPY is old news. To me, I think the Qs is going to overtake SPY, to be honest. I think it's going to overtake it. So I like looking at the Qs a bit more, and it'll give you a more accurate depiction of what is actually about to transpire in the market. But I wanted to look at the earnings. Before we go into individual stocks, we got to see what earnings we have this week. Big earnings week. Huge. Humongous. Okay? Tuesday, especially, where we have Coca-Cola, Verizon, Visa, Teladoc should be interesting. Microsoft, Google, Boeing, Meta, IBM, UPS, Amazon, Ford, Intel, Hershey, CVX, Exxon, Capital. Man. Huge earnings. It's earnings season if you guys don't know. So now that we got that out the way, let's move on. See what individual stocks you guys are talking about in here. Yo, my dad not waiting on Amazon 90s anymore. He bumped it to 115. He not owing nothing. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon does have earnings. And, you know, anything, I don't even want to look at Amazon too much. Like I said, for Tesla, remember what I told you guys for Tesla? The only three people that should be looking at Tesla are the people that are trying to own equity, the people that are trying to get leaps, or the people that are trying to gamble. So the same thing for Amazon currently. Now, I do think Amazon's going to end up going to all-time highs, but it has earnings. Anything can happen. It could dump. It could pump. We don't know. So I'm going to leave out Amazon, but I do want to look at Tesla. I do want to look at Tesla because what you have to realize about Tesla is entering into an amazing buy area. I told you guys, if you were trying to long Tesla, if you were trying to be a Tesla bull prior to earnings, just don't do it. Just leave it alone. Wait till after earnings. And if you wait until after earnings, now you're in a position to try to get Tesla at an amazing opportunity, because Tesla literally always does this. As I was looking back at Tesla, I was like, yo, it always does this. It comes up, makes the high, right? Retraces back down, okay? Retraces back down. Comes back up, gets that big pop. Okay, comes back up, gets that big pop. And then just makes a whole new entire low. A whole new entire low. So Tesla, to me, is actually coming into an amazing leap opportunity. Ooh, some of you guys' nipples just got hard. Oh my God, let me stop. All right, if you look at Tesla, Tesla on the weekly chart, it was never in, except right here, which was the amazing buying opportunity when we talked about it. Some of you guys remember, I was literally begging you to buy Tesla when it came to 215 because it came into this buy area. But guess what Tesla is doing now again? It is in the buy area. Me personally, I would love to catch Tesla at 207, 208. I think it probably comes down a little bit more. And then once it gets to 207, 208, you want to get leaps. Now I'm talking about leaps for next year, March, 300 calls, okay? We're going to be talking about that a lot in the Discord because I'm actually very, 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 very excited about Tesla now that it has fallen. Now that it's giving you an amazing opportunity, like the opportunity we had back in April and May. Some of you guys remember, it's giving you the same exact opportunity. I would absolutely love to catch this. Like, it could maybe even retest the bottom of this trend. The bottom of this trend, which would be around 200, you know, but if you're getting at 207, you don't really care about the $7 discrepancy. If you're getting leaps, all right, because if we look at the measure move is going to take you way back to 400. I'm telling you right now, this next leg up that we're going to have, I think sometime, you know, I think it's going to start transpiring in November and December, but you're really going to see the depth of it in Q1 2024. They're just trapping people right now. They're getting the bears all excited. The bears really think they got a good scenario. All right, they really think they really think. But don't worry. The bulls always prevail. Optimism always prevails. You do patterns, bud? Who is this? Happily married? Why are you on my stream? You happily married, man? Go talk to your husband. Go hang out with your husband, man. Bears got me. Can we look at PLTR? Anyways, that's what I think is about to happen with Tesla. There's absolutely no way I could be bearish on Tesla. Absolutely no way. I think Tesla's amazing. And I think it's coming into an amazing buying area. So remember I was telling you last week, we didn't even want to talk about it. There's only 3 people that should be messing with it. I said leaps if you plan on dollar cost averaging. Equity, just because, you know, you could buy equity whenever, and Tesla's going to end up being an all-time high type of stock. And then 3, if you want to gamble. But now I'm telling you, Tesla is coming into an amazing buying area. I would love to get this at 207. That is the area I'm going to be looking for. And then I'll be looking to swing some calls, something like that. All right, and if you're in the Discord, you already know what we plan on doing with Tesla, okay? The Discord is linked in the bio. So, yeah, you want to look at SPY. Look, I don't like looking at SPY, man. I don't like looking at SPY. I think the Qs is more accurate. I think the Q is more accurate. All right, so Netflix. We're gonna look at Netflix. We always look at the mega caps first because the mega caps, the FANG type stocks, they're gonna end up leading you into that next leg higher. So you got to see what they're doing. You got to, you know, and Netflix had earnings, and guess what? Netflix also has going with it as well. It has people trying to short Netflix because they don't believe Netflix is supposed to be where it is, and the market is dropping, so they think Netflix should be dropping as well. But guess what? Netflix will not do that. Netflix will not do that. After good earnings, usually, I'm not going to say all the time, you know, but 85% of the time to 80% of the time, and we talk about this a lot in the stream, usually Netflix continue, or when a stock posts earnings and it goes up, it continues to just go up and go up and go up. Very rarely do you see a pump on earnings and then it just reverses all the way back down and it just continues to make new lows. That's not usually what has been happening. I can show you multiple instances where that has not happened when a stock posts their earnings, okay? So I think Netflix, there's absolutely no way I'd short it. This thing has a bull divergence on the weekly time frame, okay? And it came down to that buying area. Let me see something. It came down to that buying area, not here. I think it was this one. It was this one. It came down to that buying area that we talked about on the stream. So swing low to swing high from the leg down here to the leg up here. This was a leg, by the way, for some of you guys. So this was a leg right here to right here, and now this is a leg from right here to right here. This is an entire leg. Netflix is getting ready for its next leg from here to, man, who knows where? 600. I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that it's bullish, and there's absolutely no way I'd short a bullish earnings play. All right. I was making crazy money off just puts on Apple last week. I got puts on Zillow. As long as you guys making money, and the thing is, what you have to realize, when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm on a weekly time frame. This says weekly. This says weekly. So I'm talking about the bigger picture, what I expect to happen in the coming months, next year in Q1. I'm not talking about tomorrow. If you want to see what we're talking about tomorrow, you got to be inside of the Discord where we live day trading and talk about day trades, and we literally got into puts at the top, bottom, yada yada yada. SPY puts, 0 days. It doesn't matter. We make man. First of all, we sports bet as well. We've been going crazy. All right, so we actually 3,000 on the day. First of all, sports betting is going crazy. 255 to 4 band. Man, if you're not in the sports betting section, get in the sports betting section. But Amazon, Netflix went stupid. You know, so I think Netflix is gonna continue to go up. Anyways, let's move on. You gotta do some QQQ term structure roll down. All right, man. Why are you spamming that, man? Why are you spamming it though? Okay, man. God, man. All right, we get it. We get it. We got it, bro. We got it. Trust me. All right, Apple. Let's look at Apple. We gotta look at Apple. If you missed the Qs, okay. Some people keep asking about the same tickers. I said you missed the Qs. If you missed the Qs, go on the Discord. Literally before we look at Apple, because Apple, I'm actually very, very interested in Apple as it sits right here. And this is why I'm telling you, I think I'm not gonna say a big bounce, but I think a decent bounce is coming. Based off of what I'm looking at on a lot of these big cap stocks, they're coming in the buy areas that people have been waiting for. So go to the link in the bio, follow the Twitter, and I will post literally every single play that we looked at on this live stream. I'll repost it. We repost it on YouTube, and I'll repost the stocks that we looked at on this live stream. Okay, that's all you got to do. Follow the Twitter, link in the bio. If you missed anything. So for Apple, you guys know I love these fibs. You guys know I love them. And what you have with Apple is it literally sitting in a buy area. It's literally sitting in a buy area. First of all, just so you guys know, the track record on Apple is we've been hitting Apple left and right and left and right. We knew it was going to get to the top of the trend line back when it was down here. Why? It had massive bull divergence. Massive. right here from here had massive bull divergence. Now I'm telling you, Apple is in a bounce area. There's absolutely no way I would try to short Apple right here. The time to be shorting Apple was at the top of the trend line. Now that it's in an actual buy area, this is where people are going to be looking to buy it. You don't even want to mess with it until there is a time to short Apple if it does fail right here. Okay? The time to short Apple would be if it rejects 173, 174. Okay? If it comes down, comes back up, you want to see the reject. But down here is not the time you want to be trying to short a stock that literally already had its 50% to 618 correction. This is just a correction from the run up that it had. All right? So that's what you got to understand. I love Apple right here, and I'm actually looking for an Apple bounce. Does Apple have earnings? When is Apple earnings? I think it's next week. Yeah, November 2nd. So Apple is coming up on earnings as well. It might have an earnings run up. Who knows? But a lot of these stocks have earnings. And also, if you look right here, like this is where Apple, like this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like you don't short. The time that you don't chase a short just like you wouldn't chase a long. You don't chase a breakout. You don't chase a breakdown. If you're gonna try to get a reject, it's better to let it run up and come into a rejection zone, like you saw in this trend line from the down, it's making lower highs. This has been the time to be like, all right, I'm gonna get into a short. You don't try to get into a short after it's fallen down and literally in a buy area now. You're trying to short a support. Doesn't make sense. So I'd be looking for it to break down and retest if I was trying to short it, okay? Anyways, let's move on. Don't short at lows. Exactly. And you never short at a 618. Never short at a 618. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyways, make sure you guys follow Twitter. Let's review Tesla. We already looked at Tesla. If you guys follow the Twitter and can we get it to 2015? If we get to 2015, I'll have we gotta do 2020. If we get to 2020, or 2220, I'll have a giveaway. We'll do a giveaway of some sort. Man, maybe a PS5 or something. I don't know. I'll give away a PS5. I'll say maybe like get a free sub or something. I don't know, man. We'll do something. But 220, I'll post it on Twitter saying, we got a giveaway and you can enter into the giveaway, etc. I think that'd be fire. I think it's well overdue. We gained over 2,200 subscribers or 2,200 followers since the beginning of this year. So it's only free. I mean, it's only right. It's only right. So link is in the bio. Follow the Twitter, and let's move on. On your Twitter, I play your plays. Exactly. Now I'm not gonna lie, and this is the thing. I'm transparent. You know what I'm saying? If I lose, I lose. But you best believe over 80 to 85% of these plays that we post on Twitter are gonna be correct. I mean, we caught Visa. I can scroll down where we caught so many other things. Okay? Anyway, let's move on. I have long puts on Apple that I have printing. Bro, can you touch on risk to reward ratio you target? I don't have a forecast for Amazon or Bank of America. All I know is that Amazon's an amazing buy. Amazon has Amazon Originals. It has Amazon Music. They're getting sued by the FTC for a reason. And usually when companies get sued by the FTC, they end up making all-time highs. Like you've seen with Meta, like you've seen with Microsoft. So for earnings, though, I have no clue, nor do I really care what's going down for earnings. There's only 3 people that should be messing with earnings, ever. If you're messing with earnings and trying to get a quick buck or, and you're using your lat and you're trying to trade it, yada, 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 that's on you. There's only 3 people. Equity, leaps, and gamblers. Are you trying to get equity? Do you have leaps? Or are you gambling? Because if you're just regularly trying to trade it or regularly messing with it and trying to catch a good earnings play, more than likely you're gonna get cooked. But for AMD, AMD's the next one. AMD looks absolutely amazing. It's coming into a trend shift on a smaller time frame. You see this daily time frame. You take the swing low to swing high, it's sitting in a buy area. A lot of people look at AMD like, I'm trying to short it right here, but I'm trying to tell you, this is not where you want to short something like AMD. You at least want to wait for a pop to the upside. If you're trying to short something like AMD, you'd want to wait for it to come back up to like 107. Why? Because you missed the short from 110 to where it is now. And it's sitting in an amazing buy area where you've seen pops to the upside. You've seen this pop to the upside, right? You've seen it pop right here and go all the way to 110. You've seen it dump right here and come down here. You've seen it pop right here and go up here. So this is a very critical area for AMD. And me personally, I think the risk to reward on AMD right here is to the call side. I would rather mess with calls than puts, because if I got into calls right here, literally all I would have to do is stop out once it goes below 100. Versus if I have calls, the upside is tremendous. I could catch it at the bottom. I could catch it in this inverse cup and handle. I mean inverse head and shoulders. I know you guys see that. That's beautiful, huh? That's beautiful, huh? So AMD, let me see when it has earnings just to make sure, because I think this is gonna be a good play for the week. It has earnings Tuesday next week, so I'm actually excited about what AMD could do right here at this level at 101. Love it, absolutely love it, absolutely love it. So whoever said AMD, I like it. I like it. I might mess with it come Monday, come Tuesday, come Wednesday. This 101 level is to die for. I think bears are gonna get. I think we do have a slight more push down just to trap some more bears. But I mean, some of you guys might have missed the beginning of the live stream. You want to pay attention to what the dollar's doing. As we had that humongous downfall, the dollar did nothing. The dollar went down, retraced to the down, like it didn't do anything. So for me to sit here and look for more put opportunities, I would need to see this get above the rejection zone. It would need to get above the rejection zone for me to be like, oh yeah, oh shoot, oh my lord. So far, we've topped out at the beginning of October on the dollar. All right, let's move on. That's a strong push down on the daily. All right, what about the weekly? Some of you guys are so focused on what, like, you get distracted. You get distracted very easily. You pay attention to what's happening on a daily basis. Meanwhile, the big money zoomed out on a weekly time frame. And like this is what it baffles me, because the same thing was happening in 2022. Like in December. The same thing was happening. You guys get distracted. You guys pay attention to what's happening on a day-to-day basis. Meanwhile, big money's looking at big time frames. And this is what's actually happening. A strong push up for an entire year, since October 10th. This is October 10th of last year, 2022. This is October 10th of this year, 2023. This is a strong push up on a weekly time frame. You understand? I mean, we could zoom out and really, like, God, like, come on now. So until this can actually make some lower lows and actually make a bear trend, which we haven't seen yet. I'm not going to say it can't happen, but we haven't seen it yet. Disney. Let's look at Disney. Yeah, Disney's nothing that I want to pay attention to. It literally continues to come to the trend line and reject. But I will say for Disney, this is a stock that needs to move if you want to see a big move in the stock market. And I'm only going to be looking at Disney maybe, like, I don't even like trading Disney. I really don't. I would be looking at it at 81.50, around inside of this buyer. I'm actually going to mark it because Disney has been decently strong all of October. And this could just be, like, I would see, this is a good risk to reward at the end of the day. And that's really all you can ask for inside of any type of market, inside of sports betting or trading or investing. It's good risk to reward. So a good risk to reward for Disney is at 81.60, 81.50, getting calls and then just stopping out if the hourly starts closing below that level. All right, cool. I lost 10, 20%. Cool. Moving on to the next one. So I'm actually excited about Disney. Whoever said Disney, I do like it right here. I do like it. It's been not obeying anything that's happening in the market. But I think it's one that I think we're in an interesting spot right now, and this is just an opinion. We're in an interesting spot right now to where there's so many bears in the market, and Disney has been falling. to where people aren't looking for Disney longs anymore. They're more so bearish. Versus the opposite was happening maybe 2 months ago, where people were like, why isn't Disney going up in a very, very bullish market? And they kept longing it and getting into calls. You know, I was one of them. I lost some money on Disney. But now I think it's the opposite, and I think Disney's actually in an interesting spot. I like it at 81.50. I do. And it doesn't have earnings. Doesn't have, yeah. This is one that I'm paying attention to. Shout out to whoever said Disney. And that's the overall goal of these live streams. I'm not trying to come on here and dictate what's happening. I'm just organizing it. Like, we got 150 people in here. I'm trying to see, like, okay, we got 150 brains. Some brains smaller than others. Some brains bigger than others. But we're gonna find the best plays, like we've been doing every single live stream. Like, the people that have been in these live streams, like, they get a lot of information out of this stuff. Like, I post videos on this stuff. You can scroll back and look at my TikToks from 10 months ago and see that I was literally telling you where the bottom was, not based off what I was telling you, but based off the collective brains we had in here at the time. Like, yo, like, all right. Anyways, shout out to me. I'm weak. McDonald's, I miss McDonald's. I'm not looking at it anymore. But this is an amazing buy. I miss McDonald's. I was looking at calls down here. I gave it to the Discord, but I didn't take it, and, you know, it ran up. I'm not looking at it up here. No way. No way, but I definitely, if you're looking at McDonald's, make sure it gets back above 260 before you try to get in the calls. All right? This is two strong rejections making a lower high. Make sure it gets above 260. I'm trying. That's actually very good, you know, not advice, but make sure it gets above 260. Especially if you weren't buying calls down here, you know, down here and over here. Now you're trying to get in at the top. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. World War III incoming. All right, bro. Come on, man. Stop fear-mongering, man. Pessimist. World War III. Man, if we went to war, it wouldn't be like the war back in 1940 where they were shooting with powder guns. Nah, bro. Nah, like, that's why I don't think war could even really happen on, like, a huge USA versus China type thing. No way. Or Taiwan versus China. Like, no way. There's no way, because there's too much technology now. Now it's like a psychological war. Like, you'll scroll on TikTok, you'll scroll on Instagram. It's like a brain war, you know. It's tech. You're in a war right now. I sound like a conspiracy theorist. Let's look at Google. Let's look at Google. But yeah, technology is too advanced for me to believe there's gonna be an actual war. Cause somebody could just blow you, like, bro. Too much tech. Too much tech. For Google, I'd only like to get Google. It has earnings. I'm not even gonna look at it. It has earnings. But just know that it's going to all-time highs. It's a good equity buy whenever. Like, come on now. But there's no point in looking at it for me right now because, I mean, it has earnings. But if you're looking to buy equity for, you know, the people that actually like building a foundation and actually are doing this the right way, which is buying and owning these corporations that are the backbone of the world, then yes, Google equity is an amazing buy whenever. So. How's Meta looking? Meta has earnings. Look, there's no point in doing any TA. There's no point in doing no TA for these stocks that have earnings. I promise. Anything that I say for Meta is a come on, man. The percentages are just low. They're just low because it has earnings. The percentages are low. But I will say, now if this ends up being in a buy area, oh my. Now I will say a lot of these stocks that are coming into earnings are in buy areas, but who cares? It has earnings. Roblox has a gap to fill. If the market is green next week, check it. All right, let's look at Roblox. Wow, this is these are the stocks you want to be paying attention to right here. Now it is coming into a rejection, which is this 21 EMA, which, you know. But to me, this could make a strong push to $38. The reason I said you should be looking at stocks like Roblox is because it's strong. It was weak. It was weak when we were going crazy because, you know, it had earnings and it had that huge drop off. But it's strong while the market is going down. So that means it's most likely going to be even stronger if the market starts to climb. The only thing I don't like about this is that it has this gap to fill. And I know you said you like that gap to fill, but I'm telling you right now, there's so many people trying to look at this gap to fill. It sounds like I'm in a factory. It sounds like I'm in a factory right now. Hold on. My bad. It sounded like I was in a factory. It should be a little better. But yeah, the reason I don't like Roblox is because I don't like gap to fills. I don't like them. But if we're just talking about TA, absolutely, I think it's bullish. But you want to make sure this doesn't double top. So there's a lot of things that I personally don't like for it. So I would be more acceptable to catch like a big bounce on it somehow. A big bounce on it somehow, or wait for it to get above the rejection point and then start striking. But I don't see, I don't see too much that I would trade for it. Now, if you like it, bro, go ahead. But me personally, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's it. Like, I'm gonna keep an eye on it for sure because it's one of the stronger stocks, just like SC. SC is a very strong stock right now. And it's in that buy area. So a stock that I actually like a bit more than Roblox is SC because the risk to reward I can clearly see. Okay, it had this retracement. It's now in this buy area. It's bouncing from the 21 EMA like you saw in the previous leg right here. Now it's making this new leg that could possibly form right here and take you, back up here. Like, these are all legs at the end of the day, and I like catching these pullbacks. Like, okay, because the risk to reward is there. So SC, I'm actually interested in SC. But I'm gonna keep an eye on Roblox. Bitcoin is king, brothers. BIDU. Somebody said BIDU. What you know about BIDU? What you know about BIDU? Nah, you don't know nothing about BIDU. What you know about that BIDU? Nah, you don't know. You don't know. Y'all spamming BIDU now. You don't know about no BIDU. Alright, for BIDU, I actually really like this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like it. The risk to reward is there. Like, the risk to reward is there. Okay. If you get into some leaps for BIDU right now, you're buying it at a great spot. Like, it's literally sitting, like, in October, when the markets bottomed in China, BIDU was around $75. Okay, it went to $75, and then it just had that huge run up all the way to 160. Why is my computer lagging? It had that huge run up to 160. It's lagging because the Chinese, they tapped in. We shouldn't be looking at this. We should not be looking at this. I gotta get out of here real quick. They know BIDU's about to take off. And I know it looks like you're catching a falling knife. But I'm telling you, like, this is great risk to reward. You're getting it literally at the golden ratio, the 618. The 618. So when it blasted off from October to right here, all it did was consolidate, and then it gave you this steep drop off right here into the buy area. So to me, and even right here, like, this is a big bounce area for BIDU. So to me, I personally love BIDU right here, and I think I like the December calls, and then you could just get out, you can just get out whenever you want to get out, but it looks great. It looks great. That's all I got to say. It looks great. We got to see how China opens, though, of course. China's literally just been sitting in this consolidation. Like, look at this, bro. Look at this. But I think some news is going to come out eventually for China, hopefully, and then, take off from there because you're seeing this massive bull divergence. Like, as it goes down, like from August till now, it's just been going down and making bull divergences all the way down. To me, that's very bullish. We saw the same thing on the Qs all of 2022. That's why you're having this big rally that you're seeing now. So I like BIDU. I do. I really do. And if you're in the Discord, you know how much I like BIDU. You know how much I like some BIDU. I do. China is be careful. It's a risky play, but it has a lot of reward because I can sit here. Look, man, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I don't like to do it. I don't like to do it, man. I don't like to do it. But, you know, we do have a measure move up to 220 on BIDU. You know, that's what we do have. Especially when it's sitting right here in the buy area. So, EMAs are, like, even if you look at the EMAs are like magnets. It always wants to attract to the price, like you see right here, right here, right here. It loves the price. And currently the EMA is way up here at 125 and BIDU's at 106. That's how big the drop off has been for BIDU. So a retracement to the upside, I wouldn't be surprised by. Whoever said BIDU, I like it. I really like your account, bro. Thank you. And the thing is, the best thing about, you know, WOM in general is that it's not just me. It's not just me. It's the people in the community who post their ideas as well. Like, if you don't like the way I teach, man, you could join the community and see somebody, you know, see the way other people teach or see other people's analysis, you know. But yeah, somebody posted their dog in here. That's crazy. That's crazy. But somebody at the game. Somebody at the Dolphins and Eagles game. Oh man, that's fire. Anyways, let's move on. Make sure you guys are following the Twitter and inside the Discord. Everything that I just mentioned is literally inside of the bio. Go to the bio, join the community, sports betting. It has everything, and we hit on the sports bet like Thursday night. It was plus 1,400 odds. This is like the only things we posted. We posted Evan Ingram, Rashid, and Jaguars, and the Alvin Kamara, and those all four hit. And you know, 255 in the 4K. So you know, any good utility stocks? I don't know, bro. Utility stocks. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. Why hasn't anyone said Target? If you like Disney, like the person that likes Disney, look at Target as well. I would love to get some Target at 106. This is actually, I'm looking at Target, I'm looking at Disney. We have some good stuff we're looking at this week. I really think so. But I'm looking at it at 106.70. Like I said, we on this channel we look for good buying areas. Good buying areas. That's it. And then let risk to reward take it, and then you know we do risk management. So if this is a good buy area, I'm looking to buy it at this area because it's coming into a buy area. And then I'm looking to sell it at 10-20% if I'm wrong. But the upside on these buying areas is crazy, to where if it does end up bouncing right here, the upside is actually amazing, and you don't ever want to try to buy at, you know, breakouts anyways. But yeah, Target's over. It's oversold, but don't get it confused. Like, Target can continue to go down. They went woke. Target went woke. Target went woke. There isn't, you know, there's a reason it's way down here and doing what it does right now. Now, it is an amazing company, etc., but they did go woke. They definitely did, and you know what happens to companies that go woke. But EMAs are far from it. I definitely like the call side a bit more, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. NVDA gap down to top the week. Let's look at NVIDIA. Oh my. This is what I mean. So many stocks. And it doesn't have earnings until November 21. So many stocks are sitting in these amazing buying areas to where it's like, I'd be a fool. I can't. There's absolutely no way I'd come in here and tell you to get NVIDIA puts. The simple fact is that's just not the way I trade. Now, somebody might come in here and see something different. But if this is sitting at the 21 EMA, literally sitting there, I'm coming into the next week thinking there's going to be some sort of bounce. Coming in the next week thinking I'm about to buy, if we get any more farther down, I'm looking to buy that dip because I think the weekly is going to end up closing on the weekly above the EMA. Why? Why do I think that? Because if you look at trend type markets, which we're in a trend market, that's literally what NVIDIA does. Now, you can't look at it when it consolidates like it did right here. But as it continues to go up, like you've been seeing, it literally just bounces from here, bounces that booty. You know what I'm saying? So, I like NVIDIA calls. And that's the only thing I gotta look at for NVIDIA. Now, a lot of people come in here say I see a head and shoulders. Now, the time to be looking at that head and shoulders was when it was actually at the rejection zone. And we talked about it at this zone as well. Now, I thought it was gonna blast off. See, this is the thing. I always remember what I said about these stocks. Somebody asked me up here, what's gonna happen with NVIDIA, and I said I wouldn't mess with the call side until it can retrace and give you a better buying opportunity. Why? Because it was literally sitting at a rejection zone. Now, did I think it was gonna fall all the way down here? No. But I knew not to buy it up here. And you guys know me. I love me some calls, so I wasn't even talking. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't even talking about the puts. What about it when it went straight through that? I thought it was gonna go straight through it, and it still will, just not when I thought it would. But there's absolutely no way I would tell someone to get calls up here, which some people were looking to do. I was like, nah, bro, don't get calls up here. Like, at least wait for it to retrace. And I said maybe look for calls around 235. But anyway, you keep saying calls. Why aren't you doing credit put spreads instead? I like calls. I like leaps. And when I'm talking about calls, hold on, pause. When I'm talking about calls, I'm talking about leaps. I'm talking about leaps. Or what's happening in the market in 2-3 months, Q1 2024. Tomorrow, I'm not talking about you should go into tomorrow getting calls. Like, if you want to see what we're happening into on a daily basis, like what we're really doing, you have to be inside of the Discord. You have to be. Because stuff changes on a daily basis, and I can update you like that, quick, like that. Like, literally only 3 trades. It was only 2 trades. I only took 2 trades last week that I posted inside the Discord that were day trades. I only took 2 of them. It was square calls, cooked up. It went absolutely stupid. We got in right here, big banger, and it went all the way up here. Second one was Amazon calls. We got in at this buy area, and it went up over 40%, 30%. I took profits at 30%. All right? But for everything else, like, man, we get, like, come on now. I'm not about to, that's crazy. Let's look at coin. You've been asking about coin for a little bit. I definitely want to look at coin because if you look at Bitcoin, first of all, what you have to realize, Bitcoin is quietly making its way to 40,000. Quietly. Not even telling nobody. And you know why? You know why? This is what the market makers love to do. Everyone thinks the market has been going down. You see the Qs retracing, going down, etc. Bitcoin is doing the opposite. Why? Because a lot of people think Bitcoin is about to do what the Qs and tech is doing. But the bigger picture is they're both going to go up. And I've been trying to tell you guys that. Do you understand? They're both going to go up. They're just now Bitcoin is just looking for a reason to go up. Oh, they think Bitcoin's about to go down because the Qs is going to go down for the short term. So we're going to pump Bitcoin while they're focused on shorting Bitcoin and thinking Bitcoin's about to crash as well. It's not happening. Not happening. So once Bitcoin ends up taking off, you're going to see the Qs. Well, the Qs is going to go to all-time highs anyways. But anyway, I was going to look at coin. The reason I looked at Bitcoin is because you got to make sure you know what's happening with Bitcoin if you're trying to mess with coin. And coin literally is just consolidating hard. But the good thing about this is we've seen this pattern play out so many times. This bullish trend, this bullish megaphone, there's absolutely no way I would look to short this if it continues to make these higher lows. Only way I'd short this if it goes below $72. So whoever said Coinbase, these are the plays I'm talking about. Excellent risk to reward plays that are at bounce areas that are looking good, that have easy stop losses. We have a lot of good stuff, man. We got a lot of good stuff. I'm definitely gonna be watching Coinbase. So shout out to you who said Coinbase. I think it's bullish inside of here. It's been like, even if you look at the trend on the RSI, this is even making higher lows. It's looking very good. I like it, man. I really do like it. So you said Coinbase. I think Coinbase is bullish now. I don't know what you think about it. I would be looking at it above I'll be looking at above $76, perhaps. But this is a W as well, so I love it. I think it can push way up to the trend. This is a trend. This is a trend. This is a bullish channel. Nothing not to like to the call side. It's a bullish channel at the bottom of the channel. There we go. That's the best way I can explain it. A bullish channel at the bottom of the channel. I like it. I like calls for it. Nowhere. Really, Buppy. Get out. Very bad. Man, dogs are like bad kids. You get on the phone, they think they could go and do whatever, man. They really do. They forget they got rules when you get on the phone. Boeing, Amazon. We're not going to look at Amazon. It has earnings. But if you want to look at Amazon, or if you want to see what we said about any earlier stock, like someone keeps asking about Tesla, follow the Discord or subscribe to the YouTube because we repost what we talked about on this stream, okay? Like with timestamps. I go back and do the timestamps for you so you can just click on whatever stock you want to look at. And also, we've been very, very accurate on this. We've been very, very accurate. Or you would see a bunch of people coming in here calling me out. And you don't see that. Because we've been more accurate than we've been wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. We wrong sometimes on here. Like, they're wrong. But we're more right than we're wrong. And that's important. Boeing, I only like it at like 167. And I said this. I said that for Boeing, back when it was over here, back when it was consolidating and doing all this, etc. I said I like it at 167. The reason why is because that is the golden pocket, the golden ratio. Now, it isn't a buy area. So if you're looking for leaps, this isn't a bad time to look for some 2024 June calls. It's not. Because you could just dollar cost average in if it does get to 167. So for something like Boeing, I like it at 170. That's when I'd be really, really paying attention to it. So yeah, I think Boeing's gonna continue to fall. Oh, it has earnings. Why didn't you tell me it had earnings, man? It has earnings. I'm not gonna look at it no more. It has earnings. I don't know man, this could go crazy for earnings, or it could dump for earnings and get you to that 167. I don't know. Don't know. Don't care. Has earnings. Leave it alone. FUTU. Somebody asked about FUTU. What you know about FUTU, man? What you guys know about these China stocks, man? Oh my, he just put us on. He just put us on. He just put us on. Oh my. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love this one. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I really love this. Sitting in the buy area. That's one reason. Okay, we got one. That's one. It's sitting in the buy area. Second, this is a Morningstar pattern. It's a Morningstar on a daily time frame. A Morningstar. Let me show you what a Morningstar is. It's a Morningstar. This is a Morningstar candle. Morningstar candle inside of a buying area with great risk to reward. I like some calls here. I like some calls here. This looks good, man. This is actually one of my favorites coming in this week because it's good risk to reward. You just gotta stop out below 57, perhaps. You don't gotta take that big of a hit. You do not have to take that big of a hit on something like FUTU. So now the comments is funny. The comments are hilarious. Somebody said Canopy, and then another dude tagged him and said Canopy is garbage. Canopy is garbage. All right, coin got March 105 calls. Bitcoin. Oh yeah, you gonna make some money on those. You're gonna make some money on those. Credit put spreads are. I would diversify with credit put spreads, but I wouldn't make credit put spreads like my main thing because leaps is gonna end up making you way more. Now credit put spreads are probably less risky. But leaps, like you're gonna end up making a lot more if you're right. And to be honest, I waste $500 on dumb stuff daily, not daily, but weekly. So putting $500 on leaps and having something that I can look back on in a year and be like, oh, I made money on this, cool. But for credit put spreads, I get it, bro. Credit put spreads are probably, I know somebody makes a lot of money on credit put spread, just not for me. But March 105 call on coin, I definitely like. And Coinbase, like I said, even looks bullish. So, but for FUTU, I love it right here. So whoever said FUTU, I'm telling you, we got so many great setups in this live stream to where I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. And the only thing that could mess this up for FUTU is China, doing some garbage stuff. That's the only thing. But other than that, I love FUTU. Whoever said FUTU, Morningstar formation, sitting in a buying area, easy risk to reward. Nothing not to like there. I think calls. Mara, my friend. We're not going to look at Mara, but Mara's a good... Okay, actually, we're going to end the stream looking at Mara and MSTR. I say this every single live stream because I want to nail it into you guys' mind. I don't think enough people talk about this inside of the investing and trading community, which is you want to be an investor first, a trader second. All right? You want to make sure you're investing your money as you make it, and then with the excess, you start trading with it, seeing what you can do, seeing what you can make happen with it. And for me personally, I like MSTR. I absolutely love me some MSTR. I think if you get MSTR equity and you just sit on it until, for a while, with all this, bro, I think I'm definitely paying a lot of attention to crypto this week. Look at this. Look what we just found. First of all, we've been telling you guys to buy this since 210. Okay, we've been telling you to buy this since 210. But you want to be an owner of this because you got this correction to the downside. Now you want to capitalize on it if you haven't been buying stuff because this is bull diverging heavy. This is a 3K stock that's sitting at 348. Love it. And Mara is the same situation. I like MSTR a lot more than I like Mara. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because MSTR is buying Bitcoin. They're buying a whole lump sum of Bitcoin and they have a face of it, Michael Saylor, and if you look at MSTR, the percentage overall, they actually outperform a lot. Like they outperform Bitcoin. They end up outperforming it. Yeah. If you want a better investment than Bitcoin, you would mess with MSTR. But Mara is cool as well. I like Mara. I like Riot, of course. And are they sitting in buy areas? Not really, but I think the risk for if you're looking for these crypto plays goes like this. The least amount of risky is MSTR. The second is Coinbase. The third is Riot. The fourth is Mara. Those are the risk factors. But you can't go wrong with something like this. I mean, it's in an uptrend. It's like, come on, man. So Mara's good. I love Mara. I think it's great. How is SPY crashing and Bitcoin rallying? You don't, bro. It's a setup. Hold on, bro. This is for you, man. Hold on. Where is it? It's a trap, man. Don't fall into the trap. Look, this is what it is, bro. It's a trap. It's a trap. There's no way Bitcoin is gonna end up falling down. I mean, there's no way Bitcoin's going to end up blasting off and the rest of the markets are going to end up crashing. I'm not going to say there's no way, something could happen. But come on, man. Come on, man. Especially when you see the dollar. Like, look at the dollar. The dollar is rejecting. Until this can get back above 107, don't mess with it. That's why I think it's a trap as well. The dollar the dollar has been falling while the market is falling. You don't really see that. The dollar usually pumps. That's why you saw that bottoming out in July. I hope Bitcoin crashes soon. What? No. Who cares? All right, bro. We're not watching your scam coins. Anyways, you guys talking about too much crypto in here, man. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, man. This is the Sunday live show. We have one of these every single Sunday. I'm also live, at random points of the day. But I want to make sure you guys are inside of the Discord, okay? We have the best community ever. There's everything you need in here, everything to find in here. And make sure you guys are following Twitter as well. You guys didn't reach the giveaway amount. Like, we were going to have a giveaway and we could still have the giveaway at 2,220. We only need 6 more. You guys ran it up. But if you guys run it up to 2,220, I'll have a giveaway. So just go to the link in the bio, follow the Twitter, And if you missed anything, you want to follow the Twitter anyways because I post the recap on there. You think interest rates are going higher? I don't know. I'm not a look, man. I have no crystal ball. I'm just a random guy on TikTok that just so happened to go live and talk to y'all on here. I have no clue. No clue. We looked, bro. So dollar reject and fall, look for rally. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm gonna show you why. Just because you sound like you don't know why. If you look at where we bottomed, like this is where the Q's bottomed and SPY bottomed. This is October of 2022. All right. And then what you saw after is just a steep downfall as the markets rallied. Now what you're seeing is the dollar sitting in a reject zone. Like it rejected 107. So until it can push above 107, there's no reason to be overly bearish at this point. Because if the dollar topped out, the markets most likely bottomed out. But of course, that's not the only factor. But it's definitely been okay. Hold on, bro. It's definitely a good indicator, though. Definitely. I mean, if you look at where the dollar bottomed out this year in 2023, it bottomed out in July 17th. All right, that's where it bottomed out at, July 17th. You come over here, Qs. You come over here to the Qs. Where did the Qs top out this year? Oh, it topped out right here, July 18th. Wow, weird. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, man. I'm very excited. Do not miss the plays that we have for you guys next week, okay? We have some amazing plays for you guys, and we plan on making a whole bunch of money. I mean, we went 2 for 2 last week on day trades. For me, anyways, you know, obviously we had Mex and Parth and Rags and Chart. We all went crazy. We all made a lot of money. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy this live stream, man. And I'm out. Peace. All right, Twitch, you guys had no questions.